Right, well, it's a Friday once again, but this time I'm not going to give you my weekly reports. I'm actually going to introduce you to Andrew Percy, who's a good friend of mine and the MP for Brigg and Goole, which is somewhere in the north of England.
Oh.
He is the MP for Brigg and Goole, as I said. He used to be the Minister of the Northern Powerhouse, but more importantly, he's been here in Aberconwy today, meeting some of the campaign team and the activists here in Aberconwy and telling us how to beat the Labour Party, which he did extremely successfully in 2017, increasing his majority once again against the Labour Party of Jeremy Corbyn. So Andrew, what's the secret?
I think being tall, dark and handsome is clearly it. But no, look, it's great to be here because Guto and I are really good friends in Parliament. I really like this part of the country, this part of Wales. It's almost as nice as East Yorkshire and North Lincolnshire, but also Guto's a really good egg as well. I think he's one of our brightest members of Parliament, one of our best ministers, and we also share an office together in Parliament. But what's also really great about working with Guto as well is he's really connected to this community and really proud of where he's from, and you know that's why we've worked together on so many issues, because we've got a lot in common, I think. So it's just good to be here. Thanks for inviting me again, the second time to come and speak.
Not at all. I think you went down extremely well, but it's been one of those weeks in Parliament, because clearly we were all back in Westminster this week. And what do you make of the fact that we keep on winning every vote in Parliament comfortably?
Well, it is a bit odd because, of course, when we had the election, we were told there was going to be another election in October. But it just seems like a lot of Labour MPs can't be bothered to turn up. So they oppose the government so much that they can't turn up. So we end up winning all these votes by like 40 or 50. Because, you know, we are there all the time doing the serious job of government and, you know, still in quite challenging circumstances because, you know, the country's still borrowing far more than it's getting in. You know, so some big votes this week on things like the finance bill, and I don't know, we won them by a lot. So either they support us or they didn't turn up.
Well, as a whip, obviously, what I find really fascinating is, as you say, we were doing the finance bill, and the finance bill is about how this nation pays its way for the next 12 months, and yet the majority of the Labour Party were not there, and we were winning votes by majorities of 40 and 50, even though we have a majority of 12. So clearly, if being elected to Parliament is about doing your job, what are those Labour MPs doing?
Well, the problem we've got at the moment then, Paul, is look, I think we've both got really good friends on the Labour side, and you know, people where you know we really respect. But actually, what's really been said actually is what's happened to the opposition, and you know, since I'm afraid the change of leadership, is it's gone from sort of being a serious opposition party that analyses the government policy, really takes it to pieces as they should do, and challenges, to just being basically a group of people who shout slogans. So they shout slogans all the time about, you know, how horrible the government is. But that's not actually how you do politics in a grown-up democracy. In a grown-up democracy, you have to turn up, make your case, make your argument, accept the result of those votes in Parliament as you do the election. But we're not really seeing that. We're just seeing angry speeches, which actually are being delivered by people who don't really know the detail of what they're actually talking about. I think that's really sad for democracy.
Well, you know, I would say this after this week, I would say it's well worth having a look at the finance bill on Wednesday. One of the most serious pieces of legislation in any parliamentary year. Usually it can go on well past 10 o'clock at night. I think we were finished at 5 o'clock. If you have a look at the Labour Party contribution on that, you do have to ask the question, where were the big hitters from the Labour Party? And I think you're absolutely right. I get the impression that the big hitters have actually given up the ghost. And currently what we have is sloganeering rather than proper politics.
But it's childish politics, unfortunately, and you know, it's not good for the country.
Well, thanks once again for coming down.
Pleasure, anytime.
I will be doing my weekly report in due course, but I better allow you to disappear because you have to do the M60 and M62 at this time of night on a Friday.
All those Mancunians trying to get home.
So good luck, and thanks again
Pleasure,
for coming
anytime,
down.
anytime.
Thanks.